It's December and it's Kentucky and it's cold. Driving up today, I'm going to fish Greenbo again. This is about the only lake I can fish in the winter time, just because of they stock trout. So several of the smaller ponds I passed had ice on them. I was a little worried about today, but the lake is clear. It's actually feeling not too bad. I do have gloves on today. I've got my cold weather pack. I don't have to use until this time of year, obviously. But in there, in this little pack, I've got a jacket. I've got some different types of gloves. So if it does start to get cold, I can change out or I can put on a jacket. Right now, I've got on 3 layers, so I'm going to leave it as it is. So let's just see if the trout are biting today. So come on with me. Let's see what we catch. I am out on the water. The water is about 43 degrees, so not super warm. I hope there's supposed to be a sunny day today, so maybe it'll warm it up a couple of degrees. I don't know. We'll just troll around, see what happens. I am trolling on this side a chartreuse 2-inch Gulp, and on that side the brook trout pattern countdown Rapala. It's I think 2.5 inch. So the typical size. Both of them are very bright. So we'll see how it goes, and if I catch anything, I'll get back on here. As you can tell, I am trying to stay warm. It's not too bad. The wind's not blowing, so just the breeze from my kayak. I don't even need my mittens on right now, so that's not so bad. But I didn't loosen up my life jacket, and where I've got these extra layers on, this thing's tight. Feels like one of those vests you have to wear, I guess, if you have some kind of lung condition, so I'm gonna have to loosen this thing up. A hit on the Rapala. Just make sure it wasn't a leaf or something, but the rod bounced. Nope, so that was a hit. So that was my first hit of the day, which means there are active fish, which is a good thing. Just see if I can get one on a hook. Well, it's my first sign of life in a while, and everything's down around 15 feet, so I'm going to let my stuff sink a little bit. Alright, let's see what happens. Let it sink down about 10 feet. Yeah, there's a lot of life on the screen now. 10 feet down to 30 feet. Oh my goodness. There's a massive ball. I'm gonna guess this is crappie. Oh, I just had a hit. Come on. Darn it. That's the second hit I've had on that. That was a massive ball of fish right there. Those are probably crappie, because that was just a solid orange glob. And this lake doesn't have shad, so my guess is crappie. So that's 2 hits I've had on the Rapala, but nothing to the boat yet. Oh, alrighty, I switched out baits. I went to the little 2-inch mini Rapala countdown silver side, and I've got on a white 2-inch Gulp now. And at the end of the video, I'll show all these baits so you can know what they look like. The Gulps I buy, usually I get them at Cabela's in Lexington. I think you order them online, and oh man, I had a fish on. Well, that's on the white Gulp. He got off. So yeah, so that's already a good sight. But anyway, the 2-inch Gulp, you can either order them online or get them from Cabela's in Lexington. The countdowns I just get at Walmart. They have the brook trout pattern, and they have perch, and then silver and gold. I get the countdown because those are sinking. I don't get the, well, I have some floating too, but I use the sinking to troll. All right, let's see what happens. Already had a hit on that white one. Good deal. 33 feet down to 42 feet, and there's a bunch of fish. They're suspended off the edge of the ledge. They're not down at the bottom. They're at about 15 to 20 feet. I'm going to guess crappie, because it's a thick school of fish. But it really does amaze me when you have a sonar, you can kind of see the bottom contours. And even if they're suspended, they'll be suspended sometimes off those humps that are down there. And these are about halfway between the surface and the bottom. Fingers crossed here, guys. First fish on, woo! That was on the silver Rapala. Not a skunk. Well, yeah, I shouldn't say it till I get him in the boat. Oh my God. Ah, jinxed it. Ah. I went to get the net. A little bit of slack and he was gone. Dang it. All right, well, that's encouraging though. I had a hit on the Rapala and a hit on the white, so maybe they want the silver or white colors today. We'll see. Shoot. That far away. As again on that Rapala. Let's see if I can get this guy in. Come on, baby. I'll get this net ready. All right. Ah, crap. I have horrible net skills. Yay! That's a nice trout. Oh, Lord. It's pretty. See, after they've been in Greenbo now a couple months, the ones that are released. Oh, man, he came off, I'm telling you. Suckers are hard to keep on a hook. On the little Rapala countdown, that's the second one I've had hit solid on that. Yay! All right. Let's see what we got here. I brought my grippers this time. So if we can get him to hold still for a minute. He's a beautiful fish. Ah, Lord. What a pretty fish. He's probably about 11 inches, 10, 11 inches. I'll definitely keep him. I took my first group of fish to my friends who like to eat the trout the other day. Yeah, he's 11 and almost 11 and a half if I took that off of it. About 11 and a half, so that's a nice size Greenbo trout for December. Alrighty, let me bleed him out and put him on the ice, and I will get these things back out. So it's about 3 o'clock, and this is about the time you want to start. I think this is when they kind of start coming up to the top. So let's see, maybe I catch 3 or 4 more of these before the day's over. Good deal. I'm having a snack of beef and cheese, so I guess this is Buddy the Elf Santa Claus snack here. Quite tasty. There's some folks out. This is awesome. It's 3:30, so I'm starting to see the fish that were down in the 15 feet range move up to the 10 feet range, and that's kind of when they get into my strike zones. How can I not try a Keitech? I cut about, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch off of it, so it's actually much shorter than normal. So, a little different thing to try. Let's see if that works. If not, I'll throw Rapala, and I've got about 45 minutes to keep trying. So, something a little different I haven't done here before. See how that works. That little Keitech. Good deal. Just never know till you try. Nice. Biting pretty good. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, man. Well, that brought him up. Good gracious. That is a nice rainbow trout. Holy cow. Well, rainbow trout for Greenbo Lake. Man. Very nice. All right, dude. That's probably a holdover there. If you would just hold still, that would be great. That's a hefty trout. Well, good Lord. There we go. Gotta get that in the net. That is a nice rainbow trout. Well, shoot, hold still, bud. Good deal. Wow. Let's see how big he is. I bet he's pushing 13. Yeah, that's... Let me get him. That's 13.5 inches right there. Well, all right. That's a holdover. 13 3/4 inch. I got his bottom jaw right on there. That's 13 3/4 inch trout. How cool is that? That's, I think, my biggest trout ever today, or ever at this lake. I've caught one 13 incher. That's 13 3/4. Well, how about that? A PB day. Woo! All right, let me bleed this guy out. How cool is that? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trout. And he's going to taste good. Good deal. Here's what I did to that Keitech, the one that I just caught that trout on. These are 2.5 inch Keitechs, and obviously they're hitting small profile baits today. So, I'll get that in there. So what I do is just take my scissors and cut off about 1/2 inch. And that makes it about a 2 inch. See, I'm just going to cut off about that much of it. And that makes it a very small profile and very natural looking too. And this is 4-pound test line on an ultralight rod. And then with these Gamakatsu jig heads, they're rounded, so actually it fits quite nicely. Just running right through the center there. So these are short shank hooks, so it doesn't matter, it's a small profile. So it rides right up to the jig head, and that's just a little 2 inch Keitech, which is, you know, maybe what I need to do. Say it brought that one up, and that was a, that's got to be a holdover. I'll know tonight when I clean it. Just had another one on the Keitech. I missed him though. Daggone it. Well, I just met a fellow YouTuber, much bigger channel than mine and much better fisherman than me, Tyler, on Another Line, and he's out here, and he's had a really good day apparently, so I can't wait to see his video. But if you haven't checked out his channel, it's called On Another Line. He fishes really all through the southeast, but he fishes a lot of East Kentucky lakes, and I've already learned a lot from him, and I really appreciate his channel and all that he does and how he teaches on his channel. So just, you never know, man. You're out here and see there's one other boat on the water, and it looked kind of familiar, and I just asked him if he was from On Another Line because I heard him talking to his GoPro, and sure enough it was. So a fun day. I'm back. I'm gonna hit now, heading to the dam and then back to the boat ramp, so hopefully I'll have another one get on here. But that's the second one on this little Keitech, so that's encouraging. But check out On Another Line. Really nice fella, and you'll learn something from him, because I've already got some baits in my bag that he talks about that he uses in our local lakes. So what a day. There's another one on that Keitech. I just tried that as a, you know, like, well, why not? But that feels like another nice fish. This is awesome. Cannot give these guys any slack at all. How cool is this? Oh shoot, I got him right up against the rod. Well, there you go. That is crazy. On that Keitech. How cool is that? Good deal. Well, I was thinking it's going to be a Rapala kind of day, and actually it's a Keitech kind of day. Right back to my old faithful. All right. Don't get hooked up in this net, please. Well, you try new stuff, and sometimes it works. Cool. How cool is that? Well, there's another one in the boat. I delivered my first batch to my friends who like to eat these Friday. So I had six good ones and a crappie. So we'll see how this goes. I may actually eat some of these. I haven't eaten very many of them. All right, he's not super big, but you know what? They're put in here for a reason. feed the bass or feed the people. So, all right, good deal. Well, let me get him bled out and I'll put him in the cooler and we'll go from there. All right, another one in the boat, and it is 4:30. I'm running out of time. Before I lose light, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm down by the dam, so I've got to get trolling back to the boat ramp. But what a day. Great day. It's cold. My fingers are getting cold, but I've got dry gloves to put on. But I trolled the Rapala, and you know, the Keitech was the winner. I put that on toward the end and cutting off about 1/2 inch of it, so a little short Keitech on 1/8 ounce jig head, and I've caught 2 on that so far, and that's been what I should have done all day, I guess. So anyway, I got to meet Tyler from On Another Line, which was a great thing. I've watched many of his videos. He fishes local lakes like I do. Much better fisherman, much bigger channel. But it was just nice to meet him. And he's had a good day at Greenbo, which blows my mind that you can catch any bass at Greenbo. He's a good bass fisherman, so obviously he did. I forget, let me show you what I was using today. So I have the this is the brook trout pattern Rapala. I tried that. I had 1 hit on that, nothing stuck. This is the countdown, the little the mini countdown Rapala, and I caught 1 on it, had 1 get off, and had another good hit on that one. So this is a small, it's called the mini. I got both of these at Walmart, so no biggie there. And then what I caught, the best bait I did today was my little Keitech again, the 2.5 inch, cutting off about 1/2 inch and making it just a much smaller profile. That one was the winner for the day. And then I also trolled these Gulp. They're little 2-inch minnow grub. This was chartreuse, and I also have them in white. I think I got these from Cabela's online. Sometimes they have them in store, but I like these little baits. They're really good, especially for crappie and stuff. But that's what I used today, so I told you I'd show you what I used. I almost forgot. Right up there is the boat ramp, so I want to just kind of wrap it up with here's the baits I used today. Got to meet Tyler from On Another Line. I caught my biggest rainbow trout of my life, so it's been a great day. So anyway, I just want to say thank you all for watching. I appreciate your support. Have a great week next week, and I will catch you in the next video. Well, oh crap, I'm doubled up. Oh man, holy cow. Well, how about that? That's the way to end the day. This is crazy. Stay on, buddy. Doubled up. I'll keep that one on. All right. Come on, man. There we go. One in the boat. Let's see if I can get the other one here. He's still on. Yeah. How about that? That's the way you end the day. Just gonna lift him in. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna outdo that one. Look at there. 2 for 1. Yeah, he came off good. Well, how about them apples? 2 nice little trout. That one's probably a good 11 inches. That one's probably a little bit smaller, but heck yeah, man. What a day. Well, all right. Good deal. Let me hold the biggest one up here. All right, bud. That's actually a smaller one. Let me get this guy. Well, there you go. 2 on 1 troll off 1 school of trout, I guess. So that's nice. Yeah, probably about a 10 and 11 inch right there. So 2 more for the cooler. Good deal. And I'm losing light fast. The moon's out. But there you go. Well, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna do much better than that. So I will say one more time, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Well, hello, you wonderful people. This is I think my first catch, clean, and cook I've done, other than a trip to West Virginia a couple of years ago. So yesterday I caught these trout, which were, there's 5 of them. The biggest one's about 13.5 inches. So what I'm going to make these with, I'm going to bake them in the oven using Old Bay seasoning, some lemon, onion, and butter, I suppose, and bake them in the oven. And then I'm also going to be making some home fries in the air fryer with these potatoes, and then also some zucchini and squash mix in the oven. So I'm not going to show a whole lot of the preparation process, but I wanted you to know what I'm making, and then I'll show you kind of when I've got it all prepared, and then we'll show you the end result. So I hope you enjoy. For the zucchini and the squash, it's just simply I cut the tops and the bottoms off, and then I'll cube them here in a minute. And all I do is put just olive oil, and this is our favorite seasoning. It's called Belgian style white ale. It's hard to find. You had to order this online. And that's it, very simple. Put them in a baking dish. We'll bake them in the oven while I'm preparing the other things. So having cubed them all up, what I like to do is I just put them in a Ziploc baggie with the oil and the seasoning, and then I can just mix them all up real easy. Seal it up, leave air in the bag like that. Get the seal. Much easier than stirring it or putting it in a big bowl. Oh, dump them in the baking dish. Spread them out and they're ready to be baked. Easy peasy. And I'll bake these about 20 minutes on about 350, and they should be ready. If not, I'll bake them a little bit longer. Now with the potatoes, I simply scrub them, leave the skins on, and I'll chop these up in actually pretty small pieces. I'll mix them again. I'll use the same bag. I use a different seasoning, but it's all good for vegetables. And we'll mix them up with olive oil, and this time I'm going to use seasoning salt, which is really good on these potatoes. It makes them taste almost like a home fry. But I'll do these in the air fryer, and they're really good. They're some of my favorite potatoes anymore. When I eat potatoes, I don't eat a lot of potatoes, but if I do, I really enjoy these. And the way I like to do it, I'll cut this potato into a half, and then I cut the half into quarters, and then I can simply use my knife and then just very quickly cut through and make small pieces. And then I've got pieces like this which cook very quickly in the air fryer. And I'll put them now. I'm going to put them in a bowl for now. Then we'll put them in the baggie with the olive oil and seasoning and stick them in the air fryer. Alright, there's potatoes cubed up. I'm going to put a little olive oil in there, just kind of do that. And some seasoning salt. Don't overdo the seasoning salt because it is really salty, I guess. But we'll. And then again, it's just a very simple process. Seal up the bag.
And a bit more seasoning salt. It's very scientific as far as what I do. And if they're not seasoned enough, you can always put them in the
Now what I'll do with the potatoes is we'll just put them on these air fryer racks. We have 3 racks in our air fryer.
And I can do it, usually I can do it on 2. I'll put one high and one low. So if you only have one of those air fryers that has the pan, you'll have to do them separately, but you know, it all works out pretty easy. I'll put these on there, give them one tray, another tray here. Should be everybody. And have something under them, obviously, so you don't want the oil to get on stuff. Nothing's a big deal, it's just olive oil.
And then I'll put these in the air fryer for about 20 minutes, and they should be ready. And like I said, I'll just put these up, put one high and one low, and then I'm going to set the air fryer on about 425. And I'll set it to about 10 minutes, and I'll swap the trays out, mix them all up, and they're good to go. So next I'll do the trout, and let's see how that goes. I've had these trout soaking in a salt bath for about, well, 12 hours, maybe a little longer than that. So that's kind of what they're liquid there, and they've been in the outside refrigerator for about 12 hours in a salt bath. So now I'm going to dump out the salt bath and dry the trout off really good, and I'm going to coat them with olive oil. I'll make some light slits in their skin so that the seasoning kind of get down into their flesh. Put some lemons in their body cavity and some seasoning in their body cavity, and get them ready to bake. So that's all we got to do with the trout. The squash and zucchini are looking really good. They've been in there not quite 20 minutes. I'm going to stir them a little bit, move them around, and probably let them go 5 or 8 minutes. They're looking really good. Okay, so those have gone for 10 minutes on the top. So I'm going to, like I say, all I do, one thing I like about this type of a air fryer is I can put these on the top now, put those on the bottom, and we'll go about, I don't know, let's go 8 minutes on these. Alrighty, like I say, I've never done this before, so I'm sure some of you know exactly a better way to do it, but I'm going to do just a little bit of olive oil. I've taken the trout, I have a head and tailless society here, so, and I've made little cuts in the skin too to help kind of get stuff worked into the fish. So just a little bit of olive oil. Oop, that's too much, but we work that in, working on both sides. And that's why I do it on a little plastic cutting board, so I can use the oil again on this one. And work that in. I've dried them off very well, actually. Get that olive oil all through there. And then I'm going to take some Old Bay seasoning. Sprinkle that on there, work that in. So it's just something to try. I usually give this trout away. I've got some friends who really like to eat it, but I had these 5. My son and his wife are here with our grandson, so I said, why don't we just have fresh trout for lunch? So there you go. And work that in, both sides. Got all worked in there. I need to put a little bit in here. A little bit on the inside. Get that well seasoned. I love Old Bay. Yeah, these trout aren't humongous, some of them are anyway. Put that in there. It's my timer for the zucchini and the squash. And we're just going to lay that on the tray there. Let's see, let's cut this one in half. Oop. Nice thing is lemons aren't very expensive, so I don't have to use it all. Don't have to use it all. I'm going to put that on the inside. Put that on the plate there, or put that on the pan where I'm going to cook them. That's one reason I take the tails off, because I needed some space. And the last thing I'm going to do is put a pat of butter on the top of it and let that kind of drizzle down as it cooks. And hopefully we have a delicious lunch. Pat of butter there, pat of butter there. I've got 3 more to go, so I'll be back in a little bit. This is the biggest one of the day. That one was, like I said, fresh out of the water, was almost 13 3/4 inches. This should be basically like a wild-caught trout, because I guarantee you that's a holdover. And I looked at their stomach contents, and I'll show that on my video. They're eating very well on some type of minnow. I gotta look up and see. What it is, but I was really interested to see that it looks very much like a Keitech, which is what I caught him on. So I guess you got to match the hatch there. And just like the zucchini, I do give these a toss about halfway through. These are almost ready to go. I'm gonna put them back on for about another 5 minutes, and they should be ready. So the squash and zucchini are done, and they're perfect. So that was about 26 minutes at 350. Stirred them once, and they have some crunch to them still. They're not mushy. They're delicious. I'm gonna have to say they're really good. Okay, there's the trout all prepared. Got them with lemon and butter. I'm gonna put them in the oven at 425 for about, I'll check on 15 minutes. I use a meat thermometer to make sure they're cooked through. This big one may take longer. I have the 2 smaller ones kind of in the middle part, so they'll cook a little bit slower. So let's see. Hopefully they're tasty. Well, I have completed my catch and cook, and that's the final product. You, of course, the potatoes, the zucchini and squash, and then that's the trout coming out of the oven. 15 minutes at 425, and it was more than done. Maybe, hopefully not too overdone, but I just want to try a little bite real quick. Get a little piece right here. Let's see what we got. We've got a bone. Well, that's good. Very moist, very tender, very tasty. So there you go. My first official catch and cook of my illustrious YouTube career, and I'm going to tell my family, come in, let's get something to eat. So thank you all for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.